News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
Authorities are searching for a little boy who was taken from his home last night. We'll have details in just a second. Good morning, this is John King bringing you your morning news while Peter's on vacation. He'll be back on Monday. It's not too far away, and I'm sure he's looking forward to Monday, as he always is. Your news is brought to you this morning by the Mustard Seed Restaurant. An amber alert has been issued in Missoula, Ponderosa, Flathead, Glacier, and Toole counties for a 2-year-old American Indian boy by the name of Ryder Whitford. Ryder was taken from his home at 8:45 Wednesday night, August 12th, by his non-custodial mother, Merlena Thomas. Ryder is described as 3 feet 2 inches tall, weighing 30 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. His mother is 5'4", 140 pounds, with green eyes and brown hair. The child is believed to be in danger, as the mother and the 2 other women that were with her are believed to be under the influence of drugs when they took the boy. The group left in a white 4-door sedan of unknown make and model. If you have any information that can help them locate Ryder Whitford, please call the Blackfeet Tribal Police at 406-338-4000, or even easier, just call 911. Earlier yesterday morning, the Missoula Police Department took reports of a prowler around the 600 block of 6th Street East. According to Public Information Officer Travis Welsh, the resident said she heard leaves rustling outside, and the neighbor said that this wasn't the first time an unknown man was wandering around the neighborhood.
The neighbor described this person as a white male, about 5 feet 9 inches tall, with a thin build. She said he was wearing what she described as a, quote, poofy coat that may have resembled a Carhartt-style type jacket. Thought that he had a mullet haircut and was wearing some kind of a hat.
Welsh says the man did leave and there was no entry made into the home. He recommends the public call 911 to report prowlers.
When we have reports of prowlers, our goal is to try to find these people and find out what they're doing. So if somebody would call 911 when they see or hear something like this, anything out of the usual, especially during odd hours, we'd have a better chance of actually making contact with them.
The Missoula Police Department reminds people to lock up their houses and vehicles at night. The power outages that hit Missoula on Monday were still being felt by many people 2 days later. Northwestern Energy spokesman Butch Larkham gave these numbers Wednesday morning.
By the end of the day today, we expect to have about 1,800 people in the Linda Vista area without power. Overall, we're still between 6,000 and 7,000 people in the Missoula area without power this morning.
Larkham said that scattered outages across Missoula would likely be repaired Wednesday evening. That seems to have been true, but that same thing could not be said for the Linda Vista area.
Up in the Miller Creek, Linda Vista area, we've got a separate, more complicated problem, and what we're doing is we're having to rebuild the transmission line up there. I think a lot of people have seen the photos or maybe have seen firsthand the poles that were knocked over by the storm up there. They're large, complicated transmission poles, and that line serves a substation that serves that whole area. And so we've been able to, reroute some power to that area. We've brought in a portable generator, and we're working on a portable substation, and we're probably going to be able to add another 500 or 600 homes back in power with that equipment, but we're going to have to rebuild that transmission line to fully serve that area. And our goal to have that done is by the end of the day, Thursday.
At its peak, the outages are believed to have affected around 18,000 people. Larkham said that the original estimate that 60 power lines were knocked down during the storm is probably a low estimate. A new fire sparked up about 8 miles south of Whitehall Tuesday afternoon. It's called the Perry Canyon Fire. Public Information Officer Perry Suinham has more details.
The Perry Canyon Fire started yesterday on Tuesday afternoon between 4:30 and 5 o'clock. Presently, we believe it to be about 50 acres. It's in a rough country up in the northwest corner of the Tobacco Root Mountain Range, where it is burning on national forest ground, but is threatening some private property there.
Sunham says that as of yesterday afternoon, there were 24 personnel working to get the line around it.
The good news is, though, we have good firefighting weather. The humidities are up a little bit, the wind isn't down, and we're really trying to capitalize on that right now by using helicopters to make water drops and trying to get, people in there to build line. The terrain is really challenging, but the weather's cooperating.
No structures were harmed, and the cause of the fire is still unknown. Not only did the storm cause mayhem outside, but it also caused a lot of indoor traffic at the dispatch center in Missoula. Director of Emergency Management, Adrian Beck, explains the nature of the calls they received.
Monday night, as the storm approached Missoula, of course, we saw an immediate influx and increase of the 911 calls coming into the 911 center, reporting everything from trees on houses to trees in the road, trees on cars, power lines down, fires being caused by power lines, and generally lots of hazards associated with the storm.
Beck says that with the increased demand of calls between 7 to 8 p.m., they reached everyone they could.
We did have reports of several people trying to call 911 and getting a busy signal, but we were able to go through, by the end of the evening, we were able to go through and return calls that we knew that we'd missed.
And a quick update on the fire in Glacier National Park. Firefighters are continuing an aerial attack on the wildfire burning in rugged terrain in the south central part of Glacier National Park. The fire had blown up to more than 23 square miles yesterday after being reported on Sunday. Park spokeswoman Katie Liming says the fire is burning in heavy timber. Fire crews have structure protection on the lower Nyack cabin, but it wasn't safe for firefighters to get up to the upper Nyack cabin. Several trails and campgrounds are closed in the area, and a man and a boy had to be rescued from that area right as the fire broke out. Now it's time to check in with your weather. Weather brought to you by Big Sky Kubota. Think orange for tractors, mowers, excavators, and RTVs. Big Sky Kubota, just 3 miles west of the airport on Highway 10, or visit BigSkyKubota.com. I'm going to turn it over to Brooke Foster.
Newstalk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Mostly sunny and hot today with our highs in the upper 90s. Isolated showers and storms this evening with their lows in the upper 50s. Scattered showers and thunderstorms on Friday with their highs in the low 90s.